Hey, Bruce Reba here, author of Freedom's Quest on Amazon and Woodpecker on Kindle Vella. Driving around the Kennedy Space Center, heading to my cubicle at Space Station Processing Facility. And the other day I mentioned about my upcoming book on Space Center technicians during the shuttle program. And then on into the Ares constellation and then Artemis 1 programs. But I have a chapter, as well as on my website, Kayak and KSC, is about mysteries. And the one of the mysteries, put it this way, I hate practical jokes. They're never good. So when I was a technician, I was driving out to the launch pad, and there was a guy my coworker next to me, who's now a pretty high up mobile launcher engineer. But back then we were technicians, and we're driving down the road. He's talking football. I'm thinking history. He's talking a Gator football game. I'm ignoring him, and out of the corner of my eye, something waves at me. Waves a claw at me. I hit the brakes. Backed up, put the truck in reverse, backed up. And on the ground was a kind of large freshwater crawfish waving his pinchers at me. Crayfish. So I look up and down the road, and there's hundreds of smashed crayfish, crawfish, and then I see, and there's live ones stepping out of the grass, crossing from a ditch on one side of the road to the ditch on the other side of the road. It's pretty amazing. And that's where the story goes all to hell. For some reason, I thought it'd be funny. I reached down and I grabbed that crayfish by the back and tossed it onto my coworker's lap. And he's still talking football. Well, I guess I was pretty bad at underhand softball, because my underhand toss went way off, and the crayfish landed on the guy's neck. And the pull over real quick. So unknown to him, something very large, very wet, with a whole bunch of sticky claws, attaches to his neck. And he goes into utter panic, begins screaming like you never heard anyone scream in your life, and smashing that crawfish, smashing his neck. When it finally fell onto his lap, he beat the thing into paste. I'm kind of horrified. His screams were the equivalent of if you ever seen someone having night terrors and they just scream incessantly. That was what was going on. What a mistake I made. You know, I apologized about 30 times that day, and I still feel bad to this day. But I also know whenever I be real careful whenever I tell that story. I'll start laughing so hard that tears come to my eyes. We're in the backside of the space station building right now. So, that's not right, but that's what it was. Anyway, like I said, I had the story on my website, and it's coming in my upcoming book. By the way, I'm not giving out the title of the book because I realize I have to change the title. The word I picked for the title is perfect, but I can't pronounce it. And since I only speak Ozark and can barely speak English, Midwest English, I'm going to have to come up with a new name for the book. But it's a pretty good book about the Space Center and some crazy people crazy times, sad times. Say, I'm just getting to work. Bruce Reeve out.